What's up, guys? It's your girl Serpentine10, and I'm going to tell you about my experience with Marvel Tōkon Fighting Souls. So this is a game that I have been looking forward to playing. I wasn't able to play it the first time when they have an alpha, and I really want to play it during this open beta to everyone. So there's a lot of negatives, but there is a lot of positives, and I'm actually going to go through the positives first because I'm sure that everybody has heard the negatives with this game, especially if you have a PC. But I'm definitely going to start off with the positives with this game because I feel like there's something special here, but I didn't have enough time to really play it the way that I wanted to actually like see if I liked it a whole lot. But I'm definitely going to start off with the things that I liked because there are things that were actually good about this title. So to start off with Tōkon Fighting Souls, there's a wild fighting tournament that's going to be happening, and it's like this woman, I think that she's called the announcer or something like that. She has like a top hat or something. She's like getting all these superheroes from around the globe, and she wants them to compete in a tournament to go against the best or greatest champion in the world. So this is a character that I'm not really familiar with either. It's kind of crazy because I have followed Marvel Comics a lot and I've never really heard of this character. I feel like I've seen her before, but the guy in question that they keep going back to, I'm not really sure who he is, but he's apparently the greatest fighter that's in the universe. So he is recruiting all these people to fight him, and she's in charge of finding them, and the whole story kind of goes through her just going place to place to place around Earth, finding all the heroes, and you see Spider-Man and other people, you know, getting an invite from her, you know, KOF style. So that's basically what this is all about. So it's kind of a goofy kind of thing that I've kind of seen before in fighting games, how they kind of get everybody on board. They have like this crazy tournament. So that's pretty much the story and how we kind of got here. It is okay for the most part, but I feel like it's kind of dry. So one thing that Tōkon got right is characters, and I want to talk about my favorite character, which is the Green Goblin. And just playing as him for just a few minutes, I already knew I liked him. So it seems like he is a fan favorite. I didn't even know that at all until I kind of looked online on social media later, but a lot of people do like this character, and I can definitely see why. So I thought I wasn't gonna like him because he has the, you know, hoverboard type thing, but it's brilliant. I love his design. It's better than the goofy bad Halloween costume Green Goblin that we usually see in comics and all that kind of stuff. They made him a little bit more edgy with the hood and, you know, the sharp nails for the hands and feet and everything like that, you know, that typical goblin look, and I love it. So I think that this character is probably my top character. If I could play this game just like as a character by himself, I probably would just pick Green Goblin, to be honest. He's that amazing. Next, I want to talk about the coolest person ever, Blade. So seeing Blade in a fighting game has come true. I always wonder when they was going to add him, and they finally did it, people. So Blade is absolutely perfect for this game. I love his moves. They're kind of smooth. They don't feel too janky to me. He feels just right in this world. And since this is so Marvel vs. Capcom, like, it's kind of hard for you to look at this game and not think that. I think that he fits right in. I just love everything about Blade. I feel like they got him on point, and it's just perfect timing for him to be here. And I loved playing as him, and I just want to like know more about the character. I hope that, you know, when the full game comes out, you know, we get more backstory on like what all these characters are up to, because I feel like Blade being here is like awesome. I don't know if he's in Marvel Rivals. He might be, but I'm so glad that he's in this game because this is a perfect place for him. And it'd have been cool if he like bites someone. I don't even know if he can bite someone in this game. Can he? If he can, I was not able to do that yet, but you guys gotta let me know if that's something he can do. But yeah, I love Blade. He's definitely a favorite for me. Now, a character that is always great no matter where you put him is Magneto. So Magneto is my other pick, and I absolutely love Magneto. I love everything that is X-Men. They're my favorite team when it comes to Marvel, and I love all the villains, the good ones anyway. So Magneto is so cool in this game. I always used to have a problem with floaty characters, but I feel like they got it right with Magneto. He's not hovering too much. It's not like Green Goblin hovering, which that's not too annoying, but he's at the right point, above the ground. I love his magnetism powers where you can kind of keep the metal on the screen for a long time, and then you can do different stuff with it. It's really cool looking. I think that he looks great. I love his cape, how it flows. They got the white hair out the back of the helmet. That is key to having Eric looking his best. I don't know what else to say. Magneto is the greatest. I mean, if you think of anything in Marvel's Capcom 3, he was killer in that game, and he's probably going to be top tier in this one. So yes, Magneto is one of my personal favorites. So when it comes to characters, that's about it on the roster that I found interesting. I know you have to have 4 characters, and I think I just picked like a random person for the 4th one. I think I picked like either Wolverine or Magic. Don't get me wrong, I love Wolverine, but he always has felt stiff to me in any fighting game he's been in, and I like Magic, but I don't really understand her a whole lot. But next, I'm going to talk about the stages because, oh my God, they're so great. And my first favorite stage is probably New York City at night. This stage is brilliant. I love it so much. There's even a crazy cameo from Howard the Duck, if you see him. And you can also see She-Hulk and MJ in the background. So they got some crazy cameos in this game, and I love it so much. I think that this is probably one of my absolute favorite stages. But other than this one, there's also another top tier stage I have to talk about. So you already know I'm an X-Men fan, and me seeing the Xavier School for the Gifted as a background for a stage, oh my God, this just turned my world upside down. This had to be the coolest thing ever. I mean, seeing everybody in the background, you got Professor X, you got Beast, you have Colossus, you have Iceman in the back shooting hoops, and you have Rogue and Gambit sitting on a bench just enjoying the view. And then you also have Archangel back there just looking cool as ever. This is a sweet stage, and I just wish that you also had a kind of transition, because some of these stages have transitions if you hit them hard enough, and I just wish there was one where you got like blown into the mansion, or to like a part where you see like the danger room, or you see the Blackbird or something like that. That would be so cool. Maybe they'll do that later, who knows. But this is a great stage. I love it so much. I just wish there was more that you could see of it, but yeah, they got these stages on point. So next, I'm going to talk about the negatives of Tōkon Fighting Souls. So you probably already know and have heard the news about this game not being the best on PC, and it has definitely not been the best. So my experience on PC was absolutely awful. I think it took me almost 2 hours to actually get this game to work on my PC. It kept running very awkwardly in the background, different things. I don't know why. It seemed like my Streamlabs just could not be streamed side by side with this game, so I never could get any footage of me actually playing it when it actually started to work, which was a bummer. And also it had the weird PSN login thing, which I don't know why they added that. That was kind of weird, but I know that I kind of turned on my task thing to find out what was really going on in the background of the game, and it was just performing absolutely terrible. I know that this game is probably wanting you to have like a lot of high performance gear to like run it, but I feel like I've had games that have had crazier graphics than this and they were fine. So this all felt kind of weird to me. Now, the reason why I kind of feel kind of weird talking about why this game was blowing up on my PC is because I had Alan Wake 2. And Alan Wake 2 is probably the most demanding game I have ever played on my PC. And if anybody has played this and know, this game will blow up your PC for sure. I mean, it demands a lot, and it was crazy. And I already know when they come out with these future games from this franchise, they're going to be even crazier. So the fact that Marvel Tōkon was doing all this struggling on my PC didn't make sense, because when I played Alan Wake 2, it was fine. So I don't really know what was going on. So I know it's not my PC. it couldn't have been when I can run a game like this. But I don't know, everybody's specs is different, everybody's games run different, so maybe Alan Wake has something different than Tōkon does, obviously, because if I can run Alan Wake 2, I feel like I can run almost anything, but that was not the case with Marvel Tōkon. I really do hate that I couldn't get any footage of this game. I really wanted to actually get something of it. I was able to see other people play it. This seemed like they was having a really good time. I did try online, but it was impossible to play. I think I got into like 2 matches and everything was stuttering so bad. I feel like I could barely move in a match. It was almost kind of like I was moving underwater. That's what the match kind of felt like. And it was a really bad time. It kind of sucked though, because I feel like this game is kind of cool. It really gives me that Marvel vs. Capcom 3 vibe, and I know a lot of people love that game, including myself, and we're not talking about Infinite here. We know that sucks, so we don't talk about that too much. But I feel like if they made another Marvel vs. Capcom game, this would be like the next installment, because this is so similar to that game. I know it's a beta, and I know that betas are gonna mess up, and this is the time for the developers to fix the game. But it kind of is weird that the beta has this many kinks in it, because it's almost not even playable almost. So I feel like that's a kind of weird to me, that it's so messed up that people can't even play it. Now, I don't know how this game plays on PlayStation 5. I didn't even try to do that. Even though I have PlayStation 5, I didn't try. I just immediately went with my PC. But I know this is a beta, and I know that, you know, throughout time they will make changes and make fixes, but it's kind of weird because this game is like around the corner, so they don't have that much time to really iron out all these problems. So they would have to do this really fast before this game officially drops, because if they don't, it's going to be a problem for sure. So those are my thoughts about Marvel Tōkon Fighting Souls. Were you able to play the beta? And if you did you have any trouble? And how did you like it? But you guys know what you have to do. Make sure you guys are checking me out right here on YouTube and on my Patreon. Until next time, guys. Peace.